just discuss this topic, gratitude, because it's something that is gaining prominence. So when I was looking at this topic, I was like, where is the origin of gratitude? And it's so interesting, it's so many of these words are from Latin, and I'm like, this Latin language, where did it come from? So it says the origin is from Latin. It's a word called gratus, meaning being thankful or something pleasing. So why is this important? And today on the call, we have Francis and Rita, who will be sharing with us some experiences about gratitude. But I want to say it's open to anyone who would like to share, because it's a discussion. We are grateful in different ways, and gratefulness has affected us in different ways. Either positively, sometimes I was talking to Anis yesterday. I'm like, today we are going to talk about gratitude, and she's like, I am only grateful when there is trouble. And I'm like, what do you mean? When there is trouble, that's when you are grateful. I found that quite interesting. So let's kick it off. And Francis, just let me know. I know you're in Karamoja. How is Karamoja today? Moroto, to be specific.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good. You see, I'm thinking it's morning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here at St. Daniel Comboni Polytechnic in Moroto and conducting a training. Yes, I'm happy to be on the call. It has been a hectic. I had to run out. I was presenting, but because I had committed, I had to cut my presentation short so that I can come and share about gratitude. Okay. And as you say, Latin is the mother of all languages. So every word comes from Latin. In our different languages, we all have Latin words because it's a mother. Latin and Greek actually are the mother languages. Yes. Otherwise, thank you. And thank you for hosting us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you could join us all the way from Moroto to discuss this topic. And we also have Rita on the call. And can we start with you right away, Francis? What is gratitude when we talk about gratitude? What comes to mind? What is gratitude for you?
Gratitude is very simple. As you said, being grateful, and there are many ways you can talk about gratitude. It's basically being thankful, being appreciative. Basically, it rotates around. Everyone has a way they take gratitude, but there are key things that come out: being grateful, being thankful. And the one thing maybe I would surprise you is gratitude is more of a feeling. Sometimes we think it's a feeling of being. So we can live it. We can live as gratitude. So that's basically my understanding of gratitude. So sometimes people feel, and they even just more of a feeling, but it also can be a way of life.
Okay.
But the key things: thankful, being appreciative,
Yes.
being appreciative and being thankful. Okay. Yeah, and from the spiritual part, gratitude is looking beyond the present, looking beyond today. So gratitude is a gift of God. It's a gift we get from God. There are people who are not appreciative of anything, especially if you find somebody who is complaining all the time. Something happens and they think they want, but when you look beyond what is present, something, many of us are grateful for being created. So
Okay.
That's my angle of what gratitude is.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. I can see Rita saying here, gratitude is a feeling of thankfulness or happiness in response to either a tangible, maybe benefit. It could be a gift or a favor or something intangible, like that happens, like a nice day. So that is from the psychology underpinning. So Rita, would you like to just share with us a bit more about that which you have typed?
Yes, sure, Joan. Sorry, I can't turn on my video. I hope you can hear me.
Very well, very well. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. I have gratitude in my heart that I'm here and able to speak to you, and you can hear me okay, and I hope everybody else is feeling the same way. And gratitude, I think Francis made a good definition of it, but really it's how you react to what's happening around you. Usually, it's a happy feeling to have gratitude. It's never negative. You're responding to in a way that you're thankful, you're excited. So all those feelings that acknowledge that something is coming towards you are really feelings of gratitude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. And could you just take us through the next one? Why is gratitude important? Why is so much discussion around gratitude now? Everybody's like, oh, we are grateful, be grateful and all that.
Rita,
Yeah.
don't you think gratitude is also a mood? that that something good has happened and you're in that mood.
Yes, but
Yes.
then the mood can be temporary. Sometimes moods
Yes.
can be temporary, and then as they grow, they get into feelings, and over time, it can become a way in which you respond to things. So gratitude, and I think connected to what Joanne is asking, is something that you build. You can be happy today because of something and immediately annoyed because of something else. But
Yes.
the more you start building an attitude of being grateful, it means that for everything, wherever something happens, however negative it is, you're going to be looking for something to find that you're thankful for around that issue. So even when something is negative, you're looking for the positive part so that you can find that attitude of gratitude. Now, usually why it's very important lately is that life is hard. Many people actually struggle. You're struggling every day, and the risk is if you don't have the attitude of gratitude, you're very gloomy, you're annoyed, you're upset because nothing seems to be working very well. On a single day, it's very difficult to identify the regular things that make you happy because you think you take them for granted. Instead, you look out for the things that are problematic and you identify them immediately because they bring you pain or they make you uncomfortable. So if we don't look out every day for an attitude of gratitude, or we don't look out every day for the opportunity to be grateful, we risk becoming angry, upset, sad. There is direct connection between your gratitude, your level of gratitude, and your life satisfaction, or your mental health, your effectiveness, how you respond to things. So the more grateful you are, the more likely you're also going to be doing things that are more positive, recognizing more positive things, being less stressed. Because if your gratitude is up, it means you're looking around for things that make you happy. Any small thing that happens, however bad, you're looking for an opportunity to be thankful for it. Maybe it has taught you something. So rather than focus on the negative, it's going to make you more positive as a person and happier. And I think that's why there's the whole thing taught. Please be grateful, be grateful.
Okay, so it's as if somewhat trying to crowd bad with good. So even when there's moments of which you're feeling low and all that, it's best that you are grateful so that for your mental health, even for generally your well-being. I hear you. Thank you so much. Yes, Francis, you want to add something to why gratitude is becoming so important lately? Why is there this push for everybody? Be grateful. What do you think from your perspective?
Yes, I think the world has changed over time. The world has changed, and as you know, I said that as Rita says that there is a lot of stress that is building up because of our daily work, and people are so moody. I mean, because of the work that somebody has gone through a lot. You find they have wrinkles on their faces because they are so stressed. And the only thing that can cheer them up is having that feeling of gratitude. And that's where the spirituality comes in, that you look for even the smallest of the day, that you should be grateful that at least you're alive. Here in Karamoja, we sometimes we take things for granted with the visitors, that things are okay from wherever, until you come and see people living another life and you're like, oh, I think I should be grateful. I'm stressed because of work. But then there is another one who is stressed because they don't have work. So why don't you be grateful for having the work? So you're stressed that the work is a lot, but try out not having that work and you see. So I think things have turned, and gratitude should be one thing that we should encourage, so that we look at the other picture of what is in gratitude for us.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, when you talk about Karamoja, yes, it's really, and yet it's also a very beautiful place. Those of us who've not been there, imagine, and I just love Moroto. It's green, actually, quite green, and looks very beautiful, while many people may think it's desert-like. Yeah, so there are so many things that we are grateful for, and we want to move on to the next section, which is really about what are you grateful for? Can we share, maybe type in the chat, what are you grateful for? I'm also very happy to share what I'm grateful for from my own perspective. Looking at the year, when I was looking at this topic, I was like, okay, how can I actually pinpoint at least key things that I'm grateful for, which I'm definitely happy to share with us all. I'm seeing something coming in the chat here. What is this saying? Please feel free to type something about what you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? Theogen says, when someone wakes up in the morning and feels sad, even before getting out of the house, even when he went to bed, when he was happy, is this connected to gratitude or something else? We shall ask our psychologist to answer this for us. So, Rita, prepare yourself to answer. Somebody went happy but woke up annoyed. So, what happened? What happened in that point of sleeping? So, when I was thinking about this topic, I said, okay, how can I share my gratefulness along things that are important to me? And for me, I decided to look at my wheel of life. So, wheel of life, these are key areas in my life which I feel are important, and it really touches on spiritual or my faith. So I'll talk something about that, my work or business, and that goes with finances. So I have that block as well. Then the personal development, because that is critical for me for the kind of work that I do. If you know, I am the team lead of Majesty Training Associates, and we are so pleased that we've been able to run this Lunch and Learn for this 1 year. So this is our 12th session. So I'm so grateful about that, because as an organization or as a company that is keen about personal development, developing ourselves and also developing others, we felt like we needed to do something like this so that we are able to share. So even if it's for free, we feel like let's be able to share. And I'm so grateful, especially for everyone, the speakers that we have had pro bono. They have not charged us money to come and speak on this platform, but we are sincerely grateful that they could come and share their expertise and experience during this. So personal development is something that is key along my wheel of life. The other one is relationships. So my relationships with the colleagues, with the acquaintances, with the perhaps clients and everybody that I relate with at a given level. Then of course, family. So those are the 5 areas that I thought I could share. I'm thinking spiritually, I feel this year my faith has increased a bit, because every year, one of the things I always talk about, can I have more faith? Can I have more hope? Can I increase in my faith? And this morning I was saying, let me test my faith today, because when you woke up, power went off, working from home today, and it's like, Lord, we are having a session of gratitude. Can you make the power come back? So just a few minutes, switch on the switch on. Power was back. I was like, yes, this is great. So yeah, so some increase in faith, I would say, is something that I'm grateful for. And then for the business, for all the work clients who have been able to give us work this year, I'm really super grateful. I've already talked about the Lunch and Learn. I'm just happy that we have been able to do this, and this being the 12th session, it has really been so helpful. And then personal development. I think one of the books that I read this year was, which stands out for me, and some of the things I've been able to integrate into what I do, is The Diary of the CEO. So by Stephen Bartlett. So it's been so critical. And then the business development management training that I attended for the last 3 weeks. I just returned on Friday. in Nigeria. So Nigeria is not one of the countries I thought I would go to, but I was there for about 3 weeks. Very high energy people. I love them. But it was really a great experience, and everybody I was able to meet there. So when you talk about gratitude, as like, wow, if you are grateful, there's a way how you attract great things to you. So the help that I received from there, it was enormous. I just even received one WhatsApp message just from one of the logistic support that I had, somebody who was giving us a ride each and every day and on time, both taking us and taking us on time. And the family that I never knew and hosted us for like 2 weeks. Yeah, so it's so much to be grateful for. And I just look back and I say, yeah, I think this is the right topic to conclude our session today. So relationships build a family. I'm so happy about my husband, very supportive of my work. So that is really a critical thing, because many times some spouses or partners may not be very supportive of the work that you do. So it's really so much to be grateful for. And as Majesty, one of the things that we do is on our Majesty Training Associates LinkedIn or Facebook, we try to thank all the clients who gave us some work and gave us some money. So as you can see, really, there's quite a number of things looking at my personal wheel of life and what I could attach to those different wheel of life and what I'm grateful for. So yeah, I thought I could just share that so that I can open the space for others to share as well. But let me see what has come in the chat. Yes, Oliver is saying, I'm grateful for the gift of life. I survived an accident, gift of salvation, gift of divine helpers, personal development, business uplift, and new customers. Wow. So that's what Oliver is grateful for. Rita is grateful for her family, for friends, for the touch times that made her reflect and improve on her relationships with God, for the opportunities to express herself, for her job, and all the challenges of life overall. And Judith is saying, I'm grateful for my children. They bring the best out of me, challenge me to learn. I get lost. Challenge me to learn every day about myself and explore parenting in different ways. Yeah, so there's so much that we are grateful. And then secondly, Judith is saying she's grateful for her spiritual journey that began in part being the best part of 2024. So our spiritual journey has actually been one of the great parts. I'm grateful for my church community that has supported my spiritual growth. Theogen also is saying, we are always grateful for we have life. However, because of infinite desires, gratefulness is interrupted due to these heart's desires, and it's important to value everything around us if we have to be grateful, and this is possible if we embrace reality around us. Yes, Theogen, I've not forgotten your question, so Rita will be asking we'll be answering that question. You slept happy but woke up sad. What could have happened? What happened to the gratefulness in the sleep? Yes. So is there anyone who would like to share, Francis or Rita, if you would like to share some of the things that you are grateful for, or anyone who wants to speak? Yes, please unmute and do so.
I want to quote a certain philosopher called Cicero, who says gratitude is not the greatest of virtues, but the parent of others. So gratitude is a virtue, and the virtues are learned, like humility, like honesty. So gratitude is also a virtue that we need to embrace, because it is going to help us move on. Just like humility, if you're a humble person, they say humility is the mother of all virtues. So just gratitude is not the greatest, as the philosopher says, but is the mother, the parent of others. It's the one that gives birth to all the other virtues. Yeah, so basically that's what I would want to share. And okay, I'm grateful for this year. It has been a very fast year. It has been a very fast year, short, but interesting, because I think also in faith, I've seen things done by faith, and I'm very grateful to God. for the provision, for the life, for the health. At the beginning of last year, I was having health issues, but now this year has been a more better year for me in terms of health. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Francis, for sharing that. We are glad that you're feeling better this year. I would also say the same, actually. I think I feel better this year than last year. But yeah, I also agree with you. I feel like this year has rushed and I cannot kind of hold on to something to say, where's the year gone? But nonetheless, we are grateful we are coming to the end of it. So as we wind up this conversation, how can we practice gratitude? What are those tangible things that we can actually do so that that helps us? Because you say the gratitude is the mother of all virtues, but it can be learned. So what are those things? What are those practices that we can actually do to support gratefulness? Yeah, Rita, can we start with you and then we shall go to Namuli? Yes, I think she wants to share something.
Yeah, sure. So I think the first thing there's an interesting quote here. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. So it's a dead thing. So in other words, you can't be saying, I'm feeling gratitude, but you're not even expressing it. As you express it, you pronounce it, you say it loudly or you say it in your heart, but the more you express it, the more it becomes an affirmed feeling that goes along with you. John, like you said, when you express gratitude, it attracts more gratitude. The universe sort of responds. The more you're grateful, the more happier you look, and the more likely you'll be happy for other people, and people will be happy towards you. So you attract more things coming towards you until it builds up on the gratitude. Now, how would you be able to express? How do you express gratitude so that it's not a hidden gift that you're not using? There are many ways you could do it. A few, I think, very practical tips are start journaling. Write down on a daily basis what you're really grateful for. When we tell children, especially, to do these kinds of exercises, they start off by saying the most basic things. And I think that's what will happen. You will say, I'm grateful for my new shoes. I'm grateful for my new phone. You're looking for the physical things, my clothes. But as you grow in gratitude, you start appreciating things that are stronger, your relationships, your friends. As you get deeper into this, you start actually finding gratitude even in the worst cases of situations. In a tough situation, you look for the positive. When you find yourself at that point, it means you're growing in your level of gratitude. Just a quick other tip, meditation. If you do a bit of meditation or reflection every day, you sit down quietly, you close your thoughts before you sleep, or as you close your thoughts, close your mind, you'll be able to find an opportunity to be grateful. If you identify one or two things during that day that you are most grateful for, you'll sleep in the night just closing your thoughts with gratitude. You wake up in the morning and you're pretty much looking the whole day for something that you're grateful for. So that's probably another tip that you want to try. And then I think using the word thank you. If you are thankful, because one way of having gratitude is to be thankful. So the more thankful you are to people, and you can use just the word thank you the way it is, helps you to become more aware of gratitude as a virtue. And so you become very aware, and every time something happens, you think of how to be thankful for that situation. Using it helps you every day to practice gratitude. I think those are the tips I would give. And for the comment that Theogen made, Theogen, I will just follow up with you because I have so many follow-up questions related to your question. It's very unlikely that you can sleep and just wake up sad every day. So I have questions like, how long does it happen? When does it start? So do give me a call and we can talk more about it. Back to you, Joanne.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone else who would like to share some tips of how you practice gratitude? So Rita has already talked about being thankful, so expressing it in words and in actions. Yes, Francis. Oh, yeah, yes, Namuli wanted to. Can we get to Namuli first? She wanted to say something. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, we can.
Alhamdulillah. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm not sure how the hierarchy works, so I raised my hand, but I think you didn't see my hand, so that's why I'm speaking right now.
No
So
problem.
I'm Shadia. First of all, I'm really grateful to attend this session. I heard you say it is the 12th session. I signed up for this course or for this program, but I wasn't that really sure to attend. But when I saw the word gratitude, I was like, okay, let me give it a try. And it has been really great. It has been a really good thing since I joined. The few minutes I've been here. So
Okay.
how we can express gratitude. I wanted to share because I had people sharing quotes, and I felt like sharing something from a holy book would be something nice. There are two verses. One is if you're grateful, God will increase you. That is one verse. So the more you're grateful, the more God will increase you. Will increase your provision, your sustenance by being more grateful. So that is one way you can encourage yourself to be grateful, because the more you thank is the more you get. Then the other verse is you cannot be grateful to God if you're not grateful to people. So like Rita said, be thankful to people. That is the sign that God shall go through to show that this person is thankful to me, because the service of God goes through people. So through God's mercy, someone will help you. You have a challenge, someone will help you through God's mercy. So if you're grateful for this person's help, you're grateful to God.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for joining. And if you missed the other session, you can you can check it out on our YouTube channel. So Majesty Training Associates on YouTube. You will see all the 11th sessions that you missed. Yeah, so don't feel like you've missed out. You can actually catch up on all. Yes, Francis.
All right. I also wanted to just share something connected to what Rita said, that you should express gratitude. I just wanted to give an example, like if somebody makes a joke and you try to contain the laughter, you know what can happen. Like there is a joke and then you will actually, in most cases, you will actually spoil even your laughter, because it will look like more of a cry. So many times we are grateful. We should not contain it. We should always actually be able to show it. Otherwise, we shall actually show something that is totally different. It's like somebody gives you something and then you're so happy, but then you can't express it. So we should be able to express our gratitude. And maybe to conclude, I think one of the ways we should express our gratitude just as a virtue is by being honest to ourselves, especially in workspaces where if somebody you don't appreciate the people that are around you, and you're trying to make work hard for everyone, and that's not appreciating the people around you. So one of the things is being sincere to ourselves, and also having some humility as a virtue, because there are 6 pillars of gratitude. There is humility, being sincere, being honest, and then also being empathetic. So these are things that can help us, these pillars, to be more grateful and practice gratefulness all the time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So also I would like to share what we do at family level for the last 3 years. Is that in the evening we have after evening prayer, we normally ask each family member to say at least 1 or 2 things that they are grateful for. And I think that has been so helpful for people to be appreciative of for even the children to be able to notice the little things. Oh, I'm grateful for the food today. Oh, I'm grateful I met this friend and all that. Oh, I'm grateful I was able to achieve this. So I really, at family level, is something that we have been practicing for the last 3 years, and I really feel is something that has been beneficial. And so we copied, so I copied it from the family and took it also to to Majesty. And so at the end of the year, December is a grateful month for us at the company. And we actually express gratitude by sending thank you messages. So if you check our LinkedIn, you'll definitely see that we are putting messages there, thanking people, thanking so and so for this business, for this, for that, for different things. So that could be just another way. I know a friend who has she calls it a gratitude jar, where she writes 3 things she's grateful for each and every day, and she puts it in that jar. At the end of the year, she opens the jar and just looks at everything that she was grateful for on a daily basis. So you can imagine 356 days times 3 things. So quite a number of things that she has at the end of the year. So she looked through and all that. And that really, if you meet her, I wish you could meet her, she's just gratefulness herself because of that intentionality in which she has taken gratitude to the next level. So as we conclude, anyone with parting shots, anything that you want to say as we conclude? Jacqueline here is saying, get a day in a week and only thank God without asking him for anything. It's magical to be thankful. Yeah, so that's what Tracy is telling us, that get a day. No, it reminds me of some old gentleman who said, you know, the difference between me and you, when I go to church, for me, I just go to say thank you God for everything, but for you guys go to beg. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so there's different ways in which we can express. So yeah, being grateful. Let me see anything else coming here. Merry Christmas. Yes, so that's another way to express gratitude. So as we conclude, we just
John,
yes, please.
Maybe
yes.
just one thing to share. I recently was seeing someone that I was treating for depression, but basically my analysis of this person was the whole thing around gratitude. She was always looking for something negative in every situation. And so she was continuously depressed and sad. And so for about 3 months, we spent every day of the night texting. She doesn't live here. She lives in another country. So we would text every day. I was forced myself to find something that I am happy about, that I have gratitude for or thankful for every day that I sent her. And she had to do the same thing. And initially, she was indeed texting me things that you really see she's trying hard to find something. But by the time we finished the 3rd month, she was now beginning to text things that were different. And actually, her psychological assessment was way better at the end of 3 months. So there you are, is a live example of how you can actually improve your life entirely just by being grateful.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you for sharing with us that experience. So as I was concluding, I was saying, Francis saying, gratitude should be a way of life and not just a feeling. So I was just telling you, one of the things that I would like to share more in detail is one thing that I'm grateful for. It's what I've been studying in Nigeria, in Abuja. It's really around business development. So I have an info day that is coming up on the 27th of December, and I'm really happy to share much more about what I learned there with anyone who is interested. And yeah, and that's how you can get in touch with us. If you like this session or liked anything that we say today, please give us a review. That's how people get to know us. Nyakato, you can share maybe this link on the chat so that we can get some reviews. But yeah, as for us, we really are wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And may all that is beautiful, meaningful, and all that brings you joy be yours this holiday season and throughout the coming year. That is the card from us for Majesty. It has really been a pleasure to host you today as we speak about gratitude as we crown the year. And Nyakato, if you don't mind, please, you can share what we are grateful for, especially for this Lunch and Learn. Like I said, this is the 12th session. We started this in January, and we're like, oh, how will it go? And we are really, really super grateful for all the speakers who have been able to come on and give us different talks. In October, we talked about cancer, for example. So we had a a doctor from Zambia Hospital, just telling us about cancer, cervical cancer, breast cancer, and all that. And if you missed that talk, feel free to go to our YouTube channel and watch that talk on cancer. Both men and women, we really need to take that conversation, that talk around cancer, so we see what we can do, because it's really something that has come to eat everyone else. But there were quite a number of other sessions that we had. And as we conclude, Nyakato, if you don't mind, you can just share with us that 1 minute. So those who are joining us for the first time or missed on other sessions can actually look at the other topics that we are being able to cover. And it's also one way for us to say thank you for the speakers. We didn't pay them any money to come and speak on this platform, but they were very kind to offer us their time. So thank you, Dr. Florence, for coming in. I know you're quite busy, but you have had the opportunity to come and say hello and just listen in. Okay, let me see what is in the chat. Okay.
Wrote to you a simple text, reminiscing about the time when we first met. I don't know what is good enough, 'cause baby, little by little you wear me down. Little by little my actions won't be forgiven. I wish I
Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, and it's really a bye-bye from us here. And thank you for joining the final session for this year on gratitude. May we remain grateful for whatever we have experienced, both positive and negative, because in one way or the other, even the negative things has helped us to be better people in this year and for the coming years as well. So bye-bye.
Bye.